Hi everyone, Harry here to talk about the first conviction of a county election official based on charges growing out of the whole effort to secure the election for Trump, notwithstanding that Biden had won in 2020. We had in Arizona earlier this week the first conviction by plea of a false phony elector, a Republican who signed and said, I'm a duly qualified elector for Donald Trump. Only problem is Biden had won there. And now we have a county election official in Colorado, one Tina Peters. And you may remember this story. It's a little bit elaborate, and it brings in one of the more nefarious and kind of mysterious characters in the whole Trump orbit, namely Mike Lindell, Mr. My Pillow CEO, who crops up here repeatedly in general in the post-election period. Okay, so the convicted woman goes to trial and is convicted on 4 felonies, is not convicted on 3 lighter ones. How does Mike Lindell show up here? So Tina Peters was the clerk in Mesa County, Colorado, and basically she, as alleged, really wanted to impress, suck up to, get the kind of friendship and involvement of Mike Lindell. So she stole or used having access to a pass, and then gave it to a Lindell guy, a guy who had no business having it, but nevertheless, the election has happened, and she is persuaded by Lindell, or believes herself, at least this is her defense, that things had really gone awry, and that certain people had, voted more than once, that kind of thing. So she gets this access badge and gets a guy who Lindell knows, who supposedly can, get to the bottom of it and diagnose things, named Conan Hayes. And she brings him in with this pass, and he had no business having it or having access to the secure election equipment area, and sort of turns him loose to try to find problems, which, he really couldn't find, although they didn't keep them from making things up. Before doing it, by the way, she turns off the surveillance camera in the room so you can't see that this unauthorized employee is there. She permits him to make copies of the hard drive of the system. Then there was all kinds of hanky-panky trying to use it, analyze it, etc. Encrypted messaging systems and burner phones and the like, to cover up the actions which he obviously knew was wrong. But once they get the data, once she lets with the path that he shouldn't have had, access that he shouldn't have gotten, once they have a copy of the actual hard disk drive, they send it around to different folks who were promoting election fraud theories. And she, in the meantime, made misleading statements, let's put it that way, about the integrity of the election system. So she is not just a true believer, but someone who, as a result, breaches security. She was since fired, but the different charges sort of come down to improper and unlawful permission of access to this Conan Hayes character as a result of the pass that she had stolen. So that's the basic story. We have, it's pretty significant that we've now brought in a county employee, because there are other places, other states in which county election employees are alleged to have conspired to give people access, etc. And, it's really the core level of trust and integrity for the whole system. So having people who, believed Trump and wanted to stop the steal actually access or, permit bad guys to come in and access the data and do stuff with it, this is the kind of thing that might have lay behind some of Rudy Giuliani's more outlandish claims, but it's really such an elementary, at the heart of the whole system's kind of violation that, you go through all these protective procedures, and then a corrupt or maybe even, well-meaning, but never, in the sense that, maybe she thinks it was a steal. It just doesn't matter that she gives access through the back door. Somebody comes in, and then remember, the whole game at the time was having a fight enough to cause delay. So giving access over in violation of the law to folks who could use it to distort, manipulate, even change the evidence itself, but gin up some argument of the sort that Trump and Giuliani at the time were making regularly about 85,000 people, corpses voting in such and such a county, or people double voting there. It really is pernicious. It goes beyond simply the possible integrity of the voting numbers in an individual county. So she's properly held to account, the first person so held. And in general, it's an example of the state authorities. They were slower off the dime, but with both the phony electors and at least some county officials, they are moving to do their part to remedy and insist on accountability for county officials who violated the law and became part of the effort to steal the election from Biden and award to Trump. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.